Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I do a mediocre dream snap. And when I mean mediocre, I mean sometimes I'm getting 4K, sometimes I'm getting 900. Time will only tell, but this is essentially what I do. So let's jump into it. First off, what is a dream snap? A dream snap is a weekly themed photo challenge. Every week, the game will give you a theme, a set of tags you got to include in your photo, and some optional tags for bonus points. Why does that matter? Well, my friend, you will get moonstones. These lovely little moonstones equate to real life money that you can spend in the premium shop week to week. It is truly, it's truly free money. It's free money. You will always find your dream snaps in the event column under dream snaps. You're going to have the current challenge, what we're voting on, and our rewarding challenge. Right now we're rewarding Rancher's Runway. I got this. I got 300 moonstones for this one. This was a outfit challenge, and this is what I submitted. To be honest with you, it wasn't my best dream snap, right? But it is what it is. So that's what that is. Currently, we are voting on a Frosty Fairy Realm challenge. This is not an outfit challenge. This is a decor challenge. And you can kind of see what I've submitted here. And I did try a little harder on this one, so I guess only time will tell. Wednesdays are important because that's typically when they do the little mini update, the little refresh, whenever the shop resets, that's when you typically get something in your mail saying, hey, you got this mini moonstones. There's so many different thoughts on how the process actually works, but honestly, nobody really knows. So I'm just going to explain to you what works for me. This week, we're working on the Wonder in Christmas Town challenge. This is saying capture the Yuletide chaos of Christmas Town. Decorate to bring cheer and holiday magic. Combine scary and merry in unexpected ways. I'm going to be really honest with you. This challenge, I think, is going to be a little harder for me. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I do have plenty of things. So the first thing I like to do whenever we are looking at a dream snap challenge is pull up Google, and we're going to go to the Dreamlight portal, Dreamsnaps library Dreamlight portal. I always, for whatever reason, it's been saving on mythological chic, so I'm going to change it to the Wonder in Christmas Town. This is going to bring up some of the most popular options that people have done for this week. This is all user built, I believe, so anybody can upload their snap. I really love this. I feel like this expresses both Christmas and Halloween. I mean, it's the perfect Christmas town. It can't get much better than this, honestly. So I'm just going to quickly click through a few of some really good ones. If I'm showing one of yours, if it's on the Starlight Dreamers portal, be sure to tag yourself below. Give yourself some credit. These are amazing. I mean, if you're looking at any one of these, I'm just incredibly impressed. So it looks like a lot of people are using the Haunted Mansion. They're using Jack. They're using a mixture of Halloween Town and Christmas things. So I'm seeing a lot of great ideas so far. I have seen a lot more of these too, where it's kind of split, where you've got Christmas on one side and Halloween on another side. So I feel like there's so many different options and so many different directions you could go with this. I am going to go over to the Frosted Island, and we're going to work here so we can have the snowy, the snow for the bottom. That's what I really want to see. I am going to pop off my horse because I don't think I can decorate with my horse. So this is kind of where I feel like it gets boring. And I would love to know if you think this is boring or not. I typically do this on stream. However, I thought it would be fun to kind of film a little something. I play on PC, so I'm just going to hit the little F button for furniture. If you are in furniture mode, typically you're going to see anything that counts as tags in your dream snaps, okay? When you're here in your dream snaps option, you're going to see what tags you need. So we're going to need 5 red tags, 4 quirky tags, and bonus traditional and bonus strong. Something I have seen and I have heard many, many times is the more tags you have, the more seen you're going to be. That doesn't mean you're going to necessarily get 4,000 every time, because it depends on what you get put up next to. And obviously, since this is user voted on, you don't know what people are going to vote for. Something you might vote for would be something that maybe I don't like, or I think something else is better. Another thing I've seen is sometimes they will put up amazing snap versus amazing snap. So let me show you actually a very quick look at what this means. So if I hit escape and I go into event and I'm going to look on the voting, I'm just going to vote. I'm going to vote for a second. I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So this is all where we come in handy, right? We're the ones that are voting on each other's snaps. So if you're to vote between this and this one, like this is just more aesthetically pleasing to me. So I'm not sure, like if I vote here, if most people vote here, are they going to get 4K? Like I don't know what that means, but the higher the tags, some people think the better the option it is that you're actually going to get seen and maybe voted on. So maybe the more 4K you can get. I don't know. If you have a better option, if you've heard something else, I'm very interested to hear what you have to say about that. Okay, here is a wonderful, wonderful option of where I can show you this is an amazing snap against amazing snap. And let me move my little photo up here to the corner because I feel like it's in the way. I want you guys to see this. Okay, so these are both insanely good snaps in my opinion. You can tell that they've both put so much thought and so much effort into this. I will say I'm leaning towards this one. I really like how they put the snowflakes in the foreground, and they obviously did something in the foreground here as well, but I just really think the snowflakes makes it stand out a little bit more. And I mean, that's what you have to get down to. It's technicalities. So I am going to vote here. And then here. And then here. See what I'm saying? These are so hard. So I'm going to get back out of that. Let's go back into my, we're on my floating island. We're on my frosted island. Remember, these do cost money to unlock, which is a bummer. So I haven't unlocked everything yet. Okay, so now we're in, now we have everything out. Everything at the top are the most high tags that you can get for each option. See how if we look at this blanket fort, this is picking up all 4 tags: red, quirky, traditional, and strong. This is going to be a great item to put down. So I'm just going to pop it down over here. It doesn't mean we're going to use it right now. It doesn't mean anything. Another option to get more tags that a lot of people do is put up a house, some fencing. They put something up like that here, and then maybe add a ton of tags in the background. So that's another option for us. So I am going to go ahead and put down all this stuff here because I am going to try and get as many tags as we can in here. I do really love this Christmas train. I'm potentially I really wanted to put a Christmas tree in the middle of it, but I've seen so many different people doing the same thing. So as of right now, I'm just throwing everything down. Again, I feel like this is the most boring part. So I'm going to pause here, and then I'm going to come back when I've gone through, there's got to be hundreds of items here, and thrown them down. And then I can kind of show you how I work from there. So we're going to go and fast forward into the future. I shall be right back. Okay, so now you can see here that I have added quite a bit of stuff. I've added quite a bit of stuff to my winter floating island. Over here, you kind of have all the stuff that's high tagged just to start off. And then I went through, honestly, I had to kind of rip up my Forgotten Lands and my Frosted Heights in order to get some of the stuff I wanted. So the next thing I'm going to do is kind of frame this out. I'm going to put the Haunted Mansion where I want it to go. See what I was talking about, the Christmas tree? It's just so cute. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is putting the Haunted Mansion where I want it to go. I think I'm going to put it kind of around here-ish. That way I still have plenty of room to add in front of it to make it look cute. But then I've got some room behind to put all of the extra stuff as well. So for right now, I'm going to move my trees here. I'm going to start with adding all this extra just crap behind this. I am going to go ahead and move this kind of like this as well, because I'm hoping I can throw some stuff behind here as well. We'll see how this looks. I'm going to kind of move it a little closer in so you can't really see it, wherever it may be. Just hiding some beds. I don't really feel like a bed, even though it's like a candy cane bed, I don't really feel like it makes sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue hiding everything until it all fits. And then I kind of just do this to kind of see what it looks like. I mean, we're cooking. I'm liking this so far. Moving the tent over here. Moving these guys here. I mean, that could potentially go, but I don't know. I'm not loving it, if I'm honest. Move these back here because they are taller. I do want to get those hidden. Moving these here. And then I do want to go ahead before I move in the rest of this. Well, I guess I kind of want to try and move this stuff because now I want to start adding my trees. I think at this point, this is where I'm going to start framing everything I have going on here. So I got a lot of the really cute, the snowy trees. I don't know if they're the alpine trees or not, but in theory, they're just going to add a lot to my scene here. They kind of go with everything as it is. I want to frame this to where I don't have any of that stuff showing. So I really like maybe putting this behind here. I think I'm going to see if I can fit it. I think that's in the way. So I'm actually going to move this right here. We're going to move this here. Yeah, I think I like that. I think that looks really cute. So trees. Trees are important. You don't want to forget those. So I'm going to go ahead and frame these out with trees, and then I shall be right back. Okay, now that I have some of the trees framed out around my main kind of look area, I really don't think I love this, if I'm honest. I'm going to go in and add some more trees. I want to see all the trees. So what I did here is I added in some icy alpine trees. I want to see this huge tree. I think it really just gives so much. White blossom tree. We want to see these snowy trees. Ooh, loving this actually. I really want to see these full ever after trees. This already works with this landscape because it's in the area of the landscape over here that we can't move. I think it just ties everything together very nicely. So this is not where I'm leaving them. I'm just throwing them down really quickly. And if I scroll down a little further, and just note, I do have all the DLCs as of right now. So I'm not quite sure if you would need all of the DLCs to grab everything. So do keep that in mind as you're looking at this. Let's add in the high snow fir trees. I really love these. I think they look so nice. And then last but not least, I'm going to add in some dead frozen bushes because bushes would be dead. We'll have some really pretty ones in there as well. And then let's add some dead forgotten tree with nothing on the limbs because, as we know, this is kind of like spooky and Christmassy, you know, really, truly Nightmare Before Christmas. So now I'm going to see if I can frame this in and see what it looks like. And then I'm going to kind of place this train tracks kind of off to the side over here because I want to get that in the photo, but I don't think I want that to be everywhere. So if I'm using my character, this is kind of what we're working with so far. And see how you have this like setting, it's like this winter wonderland, but you don't see anything behind that has all those extra tags. So this is kind of how we want it to look for right now. I'm really happy with this. Next, we're gonna go in with some pathing. We kind of want to have a composition. I've noticed every time I've had kind of a line of sight sort of composition, they tend to do a little better. I think whenever you can draw your eye to one specific area, I think that's kind of the gameplay here. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to my pathing. And I'm going to go ahead and use the snowy brick road with border, quite frankly, just because I have the most of this. And then it doesn't look pretty, right? However, I think once we're in our dream snap, it's not going to look as bad. You want it to look kind of like this, right? Okay, and just for fun, I did want to add these candy cane little things right here just to kind of give it a little something, something. So this is what I'm working with. I'm really happy with it so far. The other thing that's really popular right now is if you see the really close-up snaps, there is a trick. There is a trick. They say to use Oswald's car. I don't have Oswald yet, so the other thing they say is to use a large rock. So I'm just going to grab this wild tangle rock, pop it down. I'm going to take my little character, and I walked right up to it. See how close I am to this? I'm going to get out my camera. We're just going to take a little peek-see here. We are going to change this. It's going to automatically pop me back into place like this. Okay, this is how they're getting the closer up. Then all you have to do is go change the focus. If this were an outfit challenge, I would make her the sole focus, but unfortunately, it's not an outfit challenge. So I might do something like this. But also that's kind of covering. So this is essentially how you do that. In here, really quickly, you can change your time of day. You can change your aperture. You can change your focus, your contrast, your saturation, your brightness. You can change all sorts of stuff here. You can change your pose here. If you want to have one of your tools, if you want to have an animal, which, stop it. That's so cute. Little Pegasus. You can even have your mount these days, which is also really cool. You can change your face. You get back into all of these little settings here. And then you can change the time of day again. You could have it sunny, which it's kind of changing on its own. It's doing its own thing. You can have it stormy. And then back here, you can turn on your touch of magic, your snippets, your speech bubbles. You can kind of play around with this stuff to see what it does. For my visual effects, I'm going to activate. If I had fireworks, they would go off. You can see the train is moving around. I think that is so cute. And then let's take our photo. This is not my final photo. This is just kind of like here's what we can do. Here, as you see, we have 27 red. Ooh, you can't see actually. Let me move myself down for the photo. Okay, here you can see we have 27 out of 5 red tags, which is a great start. We have 18 out of 4 quirky. We have 21 traditional and 26 strong. This is amazing, you guys. However, I have seen other people use over 100 of each tag, if not more. So it is possible. I would just definitely strongly suggest that you don't spend too much time on these unless you're confident, because if you spend hours upon hours on one dream snap and you only make 300 or 900 moonstones, you're gonna have disappointment, unfortunately. So I would not suggest doing that. I would suggest getting it this is also coming from a mediocre girly pop. Okay. Last but not least, we can use touch of magic snippets, the motifs. So as you can see, I don't have a ton of motifs. Honestly, I haven't spent a ton of time when it comes to motifs, but you can see over here that I can kind of place one wherever I want. you can make it, you can't make it any smaller than what it comes up, but you can make it quite a bit bigger. So these are a fun little pop of something. You can take them off. If I wanted to add Tinky Bell, I could add her up here. I've actually used her quite a bit in my Dreamsnaps recently. So that's Dreamsnaps. And then to submit, you are going to hit T to submit to Dreamsnaps. Another option you can do is save to your gallery. So I'm just going to hit G. I am on PC. I'm going to save this to my gallery. And then I'm full right now. So what I would do is replace one of these other photos. These are ones I've done so far. Probably replace this one here. And then I can do another one if I decide, another Dreamsnap. And then at a later date, I can submit directly from my gallery to Dreamsnaps, meaning I can use whatever one I think is best. A lot of the times, if I'm honest, I go into my own Discord, I go into a friend's Discord and say, hey guys, what do you think about these two? Which is your favorite? And then why? So I love to get that feedback. Okay, on that note, that's essentially how Dreamsnaps work. I hope it's very helpful for you guys. Let me go back to this screen. Excuse me. It has been so fun. I really enjoy doing Dreamsnaps. It's something we do together as a community, mostly on Mondays or Tuesdays. I typically save these because I do stream in the morning. So if you've made it this far, thank you for being here, friends. I hope you enjoyed the day. I hope you enjoyed my ears, which I got on Black Friday sale from Shop Disney, and they're so cozy. And I hope you guys have been super cozy while you've been watching this. I hope you have the best night. If you are looking to watch me stream, I am on Twitch and TikTok every weekday from 6 a.m. Pacific time. That's 9 a.m. Eastern time. And I would love to see you there. I hope you have the best day of your lives. Bye, friends. Happy dream snapping.